Hi everyone, this is Bro Tito Jongsky and welcome to my channel. And before anything else, before I will start my sharing, I would like to ask a favor from you to please, if this is your first time to visit my channel, please hit that like button, the notification bell, and the subscribe button so that every time I'll be uploading a video, you'll be notified right away. So my sharing for this video is about making friends during the coronavirus pandemic. All right, and recently I've been so engrossed about talking about friendship. Well, anyway, making new friends can be challenging during the best of times, but the coronavirus pandemic and social distancing measures associated with it have added another layer of complexity to friend making and socializing. In this era of no hugs and no handshakes, many people report that stay-at-home requirements have even strengthened their desire to be with other people. They can't see older parents, grandparents, adult children, or extended family, and those who are working remotely are physically separated from coworkers too. There are fewer opportunities too to have even casual contact with other people, something that ordinarily takes place while shopping, commuting, or going about the task of daily living. This social isolation can be especially hard for people who live alone. Previously, someone might take a class, join a gym, or join a civic or neighborhood group to make new friends, but these are no longer possibilities. Even those popular platforms for creating and participating in local get-togethers based on shared interests is only operating online during this crisis. Not only in making new friends more difficult now, but many of us have less psychic energy to do so because of the stress associated with the virus and the havoc it's wrought on our lives and livelihood. There are still so many unknowns, including the duration of restrictions in place. One reader posted on Facebook, "I would have a hard time finding the emotional energy to pursue a new friendship at this point. Getting from day to day, maintaining a reasonable, optimistic attitude is taking all my time and energy right now." For those who do want to connect with new friends or nurture a dormant friendship from the past, here are my few suggestions. First is mind your neighbor. Your neighbor are in the same proverbial boat as you, and you already have something in common. Do you have their contact numbers, or I'm sure you are friends on Facebook, so why don't you connect with them? If so, if you have contacts with them, you can initiate contact by phone or email or message them on their messenger, right? This is the perfect time for you to reconnect with your neighbor, because a lot of us, many of us are, when pre-pandemic, we don't even say hi or hello to our neighbors. So maybe this is the perfect time. Second is that track down old school friends using Facebook, any other social media platforms like LinkedIn. Yeah, I mentioned Facebook, or do you call this Instagram? It's gotten pretty easy to connect with schoolmates from the past, whether they're from elementary school, middle school, high school, or college. Many people are home with more free time, and they might be pleased to take a trip down memory lane with an old acquaintance. You can start with an email to assess their interest in reconnecting, and if they are, you can plan a phone call or video meetup afterwards. Of course, there is always the risk that the person you contact will either be busy or have no interest in reconnecting, but don't take it personally. Just move on to someone else. Third is reach out to your friends. For many essential workers, it's business as usual, but legions of others are now working remotely from home. Some of your former colleagues may also be retired, regardless of their status, it's nice time to catch up with friends you worked with in the past, or to suggest a phone call with someone you currently working with during the day. Many people who rely on video conferencing for work complain of Zoom fatigue after a long day of meetings, but might welcome a relaxing evening phone call. One practical tip: be mindful of interrupting the work schedule of someone who is working at home or who has the additional responsibility of homeschooling their children. Most people appreciate and a heads up text before getting a phone call. Number 4, take a walk. With the weather improving and plants in bloom, getting outdoors can be beneficial for one's physical and mental health as long as people avoid densely populated areas, maintain social distance, and wear masks. As you walk, it can be nice to have to I mean, it can be nice to wave and say hello to people in the neighborhood, even if the relationship remains casual. Don't limit your interests to people who look just like you. If you're a younger person, you might offer to shop for a high risk or vulnerable neighbor who lives nearby. Number 5 or 5th is pick up a pen. With more time on their hands than ever, many people would enjoy getting a heartfelt letter from a once friend. Share some of your thoughts and add a few words of encouragement to someone who may be just as interested in a human connection as you are. As the political season gets into high gear, you might want to volunteer to write postcards to potential voters, encouraging them to get to the polls on election day. One of my neighbors is involved in organization called Voters, Important Voters, something like that. I mean, there are probably similar efforts being made by other political parties. Not only will you feel a sense of belonging, but you will also be making a difference. You know what, guys? Admittedly, it is a tougher time than usual to make new friends. If you are fortunate enough to connect with new person over shared interests or experiences, these friendships might not last when things get back to the new normal. Most friendships, even very good ones, don't last forever. But some of your experiences in seeking our new friends during this challenging time might serve you well in the future. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening, and that would be all for this sharing. I hope you learned something from my sharing, of course, and I hope and pray that someday, somehow, somewhere, you'll still make friends and you will still meet those authentic friends around you. Baka lang may mga tao dyan na hindi nyo pa kinakausap and nakakausap. So this is the perfect time for you to connect, to reconnect. Yeah, and wherever you are right now in the world, I hope you will always stay safe, and please be safe, not just for yourself but for the people around you. All right, and thank you so much for listening, and see you around. And I hope you will still listen to my sharing on my next sharing for sharing. Anyway, again, for those who are first timer, for those who are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Click that like button and that notification bell so that every time I'll be uploading videos, you'll be notified right away. All right, thank you so much, guys, and God bless. Bye, everyone.